Yeah.
honestly, people ask me sometimes, how do you like have enough creative inspiration to like keep making all these songs? And like, do you ever deal with writer's block? Do you ever deal with like, not having the inspiration? And I always say like I don't. Um,
Yeah.
and I used to, and I honestly think it's so interesting. I think what the reason why I don't have that issue anymore is because I had children.
Hey, friend. Oh my goodness. This conversation was so exciting to me. And I think it's going to be pretty fun for you, especially if you know Fulton Lee. And if you don't know Fulton Lee, then here's your opportunity to really get close to a musician who's about to blow up in a big way and who's really incredible. And his music is so feel good. It has a lot of different kind of nuances to it. I think he's worth checking out for sure. He's changed my life, and going to his concert changed my life. It was an incredible experience. And just having the honor of getting to peek into Fulton Lee's world was so wonderful. And I'm so grateful. And I think you guys are going to just have so much fun. I did. I mean, I think you'll feel that with getting to kind of see the inside of a musician's life. And, it's really vulnerable for someone to share when, most of what Fulton does is he works, he studies like 8 hours in his studio working, and he's creating music and he's creating art and not doing tons of interviews and talking about his personal life and his personal relationship with everything. But this is something he was willing to do, and it takes courage to show a different side of oneself. And I really applaud and appreciate him being willing to open up and share about who he is and his process. And I think you'll have fun with this. So thank you for listening. Thank you, Fulton, for being so willing. And I'm excited for you guys to get to peek into Fulton's world a little bit deeper.
Hey, love, if your soul has been whispering for more connection, more clarity, more you, come join us for a truly sacred weekend, the Goddess of Light Retreat, happening September 28th to the 30th, 2025, in the breathtaking energy of Mount Hood National Forest in Oregon. This immersive retreat is an Akashic record reading certification and soul activation experience designed to bring you home to your deepest knowing and infinite wisdom of the Akashic. We'll gather in sisterhood to open the Akashic records. You will learn to read the Akashic for yourself and for others through a powerful 4-part training that begins before the retreat and culminates in our live graduation ceremony in Oregon. And if for any reason you don't feel fully empowered by the end of our retreat, we're going to have a couple more Zooms afterwards. It's not just about learning. This is about empowering you. This is about embodying the full spectrum of what it means to open the Akashic. We will infuse our time together with transformational breathwork, Reiki, and art activation with Amy Tangerine, cacao ceremony, forest waterfall walk, and space to integrate in nature while soaking in the hot tub that's an indoor-outdoor hot tub, having fully catered, nourishing meals, and some quiet magic time. This is about remembering who you are and why you're here. It's about unlocking your gifts in a circle that sees you and supports you. Spots are intentionally limited, so head to the link in the show notes or reach out to me directly to feel into whether this is for you. I would be honored to welcome you into the Akashic Records and into this sacred retreat. Welcome to the Authentic Creative, where we expand our capacity to feel good one deep breath, one bold choice, and maybe a little bit of magic at a time. I'm Siri Baruch Thornton, healer, creative, and lifelong explorer of all things energy, self-expression, and joy. With over 26 years of experience in Reiki, Akashic Records, and transformational breathwork, I've learned that feeling good is not a luxury, it's a practice. And sometimes it's a little messy. This podcast is here to help you trust your intuition, break the rules, the ones that need breaking, and live more fully in your gifts. So give yourself a deep breath, get cozy, and let's dive in.
Today, I am so freaking excited to welcome the wildly talented and wildly fun Fulton Lee, a Nashville-based singer, songwriter, and all-around creative force behind what he lovingly calls bubblegum funk, a playful high vibe blend of vintage soul, modern pop, and infectious grooves. Inspired by legends like James Brown, Wolfpack, and Frank Ocean, Fulton has carved out a sound that's retro, cheeky, soulful, and full of joy. His music doesn't just make you want to dance barefoot in your kitchen, which I always have to do. It also invites you to feel good, to let loose, and to be unapologetically yourself. So from jamming with his dad's cover band as a teen to winning Music City Mayhem, performing at iconic venues like House of Blues and Marathon Music Works, and crowdfunding over 20,000 for his debut album, Fulton's journey is a testament to the magic of staying true to your creative voice. He's a new dad, a genre-bending artist, and somehow makes the whole ride feel like a funky love letter to life itself. So in this conversation, we're going to dive into what it means to follow your own rhythm, to make art that's fun, to stay grounded and inspired in an industry that's often demanding, and whether you're a musician, a creative, an authentic person wanting to be more yourself, just someone who needs a reminder to turn up the volume on your joy and expand your capacity to feel good. This episode is for you, so we're going to get into it here. Fulton, thank you so much. I have to share with everyone, I found you on Instagram because you're really very, very cool, funky way of creating is what just lights up my heart and inspires me so much. If you guys haven't gone on to Fulton's Instagram yet, you have to go onto his Instagram and just see his videos where he's out in public and asks people to come over. Doesn't even say anything. He just has a sign and people come over and do something very experimental and outside of the box. And that's how he engages people. And you've created this cult following from doing these outside of the box creative kind of experiments. And that's how I found you. And then I had to go to your concert in Portland, had to get the VIP so I can meet you and ask you to be on the Authentic Creative, because that's clearly what you are. So thank you so much for being here. If anything that I just said in your introduction rings untrue, please feel free to correct me.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you. Happy to be here. Yeah, no, I actually do think that your intro, you may have been inspired by like a bio of mine that is a little bit dated.
Okay, yes, please share more of what's updated.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't live in Nashville anymore. I live in Virginia. Um, I must have been a new dad when I wrote that bio, but I now have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, so I'm not like a new dad.
You're a double dad.
Double
Yeah.
dad, 4 years in.
Wow.
Um, I think that was it. Yeah, some of the venues you named were like venues that I played long ago, and the crowdsourcing thing or crowdfunding thing was like a 4 year ago thing. Um, but those were true. They're
Okay.
just not like recent.
Yeah, well, that's why we're here, so we can update me, you, everyone. Let's get updated with like what is going on in your world. I mean, before we go into what's present, I would like to go into the origins. Like, where were you born? What was your childhood like? When did you start being this creative? I'm so curious, like how you got to the place where you're at, where you're just bringing people alive, helping people feel good, expanding our capacity to feel good, showing us how to be so at ease. Like the way you create, I'm going to play some of your songs for everyone, but the way you create is just so ease filled. And I don't know if it's like that or if it's always been like that, if it's always been magic for you. So can you just kind of walk us through a little bit from the beginning?
Yeah. I was born in Virginia. I still live or I now live in the place where I grew up, and it's a small town in Virginia. But yeah, I didn't really. I was always like a really obsessive personality. So when I was a kid, I really wanted to be an NFL football player. And
Wow.
then I discovered guitar. My dad taught me guitar, and so I was super obsessive about that. I played in his band when I was in middle school, high school. Then I started my own little cover band in high school, and it was like 16-year-old me was like, I am gonna be a famous artist. There's nothing that I won't take no for an answer. It was just like this very um obsessive, like ambitious mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And but the kind of the ease and like the magic of music like you're talking about was definitely not there in the beginning. It was
Okay.
like much more of a grind. And I just hadn't honed the skill. Like I wrote a lot of just very, just songs that were like fine. Yeah, they weren't like
Mm-hmm.
gonna like, I don't know, make you hate your life, but they were not they weren't I wasn't a good writer, a good songwriter. Even when I was like 19, 20, 21, I was still figuring it out. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I um kind of developed the muscle. And then I also went through a couple different things in my life that kind of like changed my perspective on that like super success focused, like obsessive mindset, and really kind of like allowed me to have a lot more peace just day to day. And
So, what
uh,
was that catalyst that brought you from that obsessive nature to finding more flow?
I became a Christian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like I wasn't raised like that at all. I really had zero clue. I had no knowledge of any religion at all. And yeah, I got into it. I was like 20, and it was like a year-long kind of process of me slowly kind of like even just coming around to the idea that like it was something that someone could take seriously. I always just thought it was all just BS, just like a fairy tale type thing. And yeah, I've there were a couple different like uh I don't know, resources that found their way into my life where I was like, "Oh wow, like that's really wise. Like there's really some wisdom there. Maybe I should look into that, yada yada." And yeah, I had some like health challenges, some just it was like a difficult season, and I don't know, I just needed something to lean on. And so I got really into that. I found a church in Nashville. It's where I was living. And then yeah, at some point there was like a tipping point, and I was like, okay, I'm doing this. Like I'm gonna all the way like kind of mold my life around this and like make it a centerpiece of my soul. And yeah, and with that came very much like the letting go of this like tight grip that I had on my goals and my dreams, and all these visions of success that I had lived with for so long. And it's very, very liberating to like let go of all that and
Wow.
this on things that matter a lot more. Yeah.
One thing I wanted to ask you is I feel like the artists that in their work are clearly wanting to uplift our spirit, uplift our soul, have been through the dark night of the soul. And
Mm.
so I'm just curious because your music, like I'll put it on in the morning first thing, like taking a cold shower type of, or I'll put it on in the afternoon to like lift my spirit. And I tend to be an overthinker. I tend to have anxiety. And so for me, your music brings me out of that. It actually helps me to be more in my body, right?
Hey, we're going to pause here for just a moment. What's the thing that's never getting better? The thing that keeps you up at night? The loop you can't seem to break free from? Bring it to our Akashic record reading session. This isn't just a reading. It's a sacred conversation with your soul, with your team, your masters, teachers, and loved ones and guides. A place where the deepest parts of you are seen, heard, and understood. What happens in a session? You receive the clarity you've been searching for. You get the validation for what you've been feeling but couldn't quite name. You experience an energy clearing, releasing lower vibrational and stuck emotions so you can move forward lighter, freer, and more aligned. What if the answers you've been seeking are already waiting for you? In this space, you can finally breathe, release, and receive the relief you've been craving. One session or a package are available over Zoom from anywhere in the world. It's time to lift the weight off your heart. Say yes to clarity. Say yes to relief. Message me to book your Akashic Record reading today. Link in the show notes. And we're back.
It actually helps me to be more in my body, right?
Mhm.
So is that something that you went through and then you're like, I want to help other people with this because you went through the dark night of the soul? Do you have parents or siblings or anyone that kind of had a dark time where you were like, certain people, it's like their work, it's like it all kind of boils down to they're just trying to save their mom or they're just trying to
Mhm.
help the person that they used to be, whatever that is.
Mhm. That's a great question. Honestly, I think the honest, even though it would be more fun if that some of that stuff were true, like I don't think that any of that applies in my case, just because you know, my grandmother used to always say, like she would just see me as a kid or even as an adult humming to myself just constantly, being musical, and she would go, "He's got the music in him. He's got the music in him." And she would always say that, and like I think that's just true. I think I just it's just the language that I speak. And I think when I as a person just became more free and um, I think that the natural kind of outpouring of my expression via my favorite language, music,
Mm.
was I don't know, an expression of like joy and freedom and all these things. And I've always been like a pretty bright and sunshiny kind of guy.
Hmm.
Uh, so that's always been a part of my DNA too. But no, it was never so much a conscious decision. I think it's just what I like to say.
Mm.
It just
Yeah.
is. Um,
Well, before you come out for a concert, I was at your concert with my husband, and there's just so much energy. There's so much vibe. There's so much thought that you've put into it.
mm,
The way you craft everything, it's a full experience. It's not just you performing. You're really engaging with the
mm,
audience and also with the Instagram videos that I was talking about. You're really engaging with people. You want people to like feel what it feels like to be there with you. Like play the blue keys, play the red keys, like dance with me. Let's create this together. Give me a word so I guess I'm asking like, do you have an intention before you craft a concert or craft an experience that you're creating live of like, this is what I want people to get out of it? Or are you just like, how can I have the most fun?
mm. Well, I honestly, you just said it very well, which is like I want it to feel like an immersive experience, like a almost like you saw a concert, but there was also like a story somehow that you
Hmm.
were like following along with the whole way. Not that it's like an overt narrative like a play, but I like to have little themes that kind of pop in at different moments throughout the show to kind of keep you connected to this story arc. And yeah, I mean, I do lots of like bits in between the songs and these
Hmm.
fun like we play volleyball, I bring people on stage. I had this bit where I talked to this like m- fictional AI
Yeah.
vibes assistant that like we have little pre-recorded sound bites of this like robot talking through the speakers, and I talked to it. And so I don't know, I just wanted, because I have been to so many shows where it's just at some point you like your hips kind of start to hurt and your knee, you're just like you've been standing for a long time and you're just you're excited, you like the music, but like you're kind of like, are they gonna end soon? I'm kind of tired, and I don't want to give people a chance to feel that.
Mm.
I just want to like keep you invested in like the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and just have the whole thing feel like one big show instead of like a song and then a break and then a song and then a break. So
Yeah, you definitely accomplished that for sure.
good.
When
Thanks.
I see you it's so fun because we get to see you create in
Mm.
these clips, like the clip in the car where you and your band are just coming up with the song Wi-Fi, for example. Oh, let me just play. Is it okay if I play a little bit of each of your songs?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let me just play what I'm referring to. I'm gonna start in the middle. This one.
Let me get that
Oh, wait. Oh,
Wi-Fi.
no, that's not the middle, but
Baby,
that's okay.
what's your password? Can I get that 5G LTE? Let me get on your network. Let's get connected. Get on the same bandwidth. Cause you've been sending me signals. Baby, it's simple. Only one question is, will you give me that? I've been roaming around all day. Got that dollar.
Okay, so something like this. What I saw was the video of you guys creating it right there in real time. Just like, you were like, give me a word, and then you just started putting it together. Is it that easy for you? Or, I mean, when you ask your daughter, like, give me a word, and she says kangaroo, like, is it that simple and easy? Has it always been that simple and easy?
Well, people ask me this, but it's funny. Like the videos are cut down to 90 seconds. They take hours and hours and hours.
Okay, okay.
So like, um, I don't know. Yeah, in one sitting, in one like afternoon. Yeah, it like that's how it's that easy in quotations. But um, yeah. I mean, I definitely have taught myself to not overthink when it comes to music. Uh, which honestly really started to happen when I set the goal. I guess this was 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 years ago when I started to do a song a week.
Hmm.
So I had been releasing music for a while, but it was a very slow process because I worked with producers and I recorded in studios, and man, it, I, people have great success doing it that way, and I
Hmm.
have no intention to throw shade on that whole thing because it's great, but the process of coordinating schedules and sending revisions and notes to an engineer or a producer, and then having multiple different people in the circle all have to sign off on a creative decision, and it I can't I
It like
can't.
crushes your soul, it crushes your creative flow.
Yeah, and there are some people that are like really easy to work with, that are fast, they're responsive, their schedule is flexible. They're not gonna like fight you on every decision, and some producers need to have the kind of control where they're gonna fight you on every decision because they're supposed to make the song for you. They're supposed to
Mm.
like, produce the song. Um, so anyway, I think I just have such a vision for all the elements of the song, the production, the mix, everything, that it was kind of like pulling teeth to have someone else kind of at the steering wheel, and then I'm like behind them.
Yeah, like too many cooks in the kitchen
Yeah.
with
Oh,
movies too, because that's the world I come from. Like my
okay.
husband's a professional Hollywood screenwriter, and we were both actors our whole lives. Like it's just you can tell when you see a movie when there's like 20 writers on the job and they just keep rewriting it, and it's like, what is the vision here? And
Mm,
it gets lost.
right.
So it sounds like you need this creative freedom and you found a way and it works for you. And you're like doing this grassroots way of building through your own methods, and your audience likes that.
Mm. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, you said it. When there's too many people, it's so real, and it's hard to come to grips with because for me, I feel selfish, to even like claim this, but it is in my experience true that when there's not a person leading that kind of has that like veto power, that authority with the vision,
Yeah,
it gets lost. The vision, it becomes jumbled. And
totally.
but yeah, it was 2 years ago I taught myself finally how to like work soft, like music software and mix and like produce and like do all the technical stuff like EQ and compression and like all this stuff that I didn't really know what it meant or how to do it. I just like knew that an engineer was supposed to do it, and I just taught myself all that stuff so I could just do it. I could just have the vision and just put it in my computer and just make the song.
Yeah,
And so yeah, once I felt like I had enough knowledge to do it, it was like, all right, we're going for a song a week. And that's when I was like, because I set that goal, and I in order to keep it, I just had to like really have a loose hand with creative decisions just between me and myself, you know,
yeah,
not over
yeah.
me,
Not be
right?
precious with being
Exactly.
perfectionistic and getting into analysis paralysis and all of that. Like what I see is the opposite of that. The way that you work, you're just like.
Mm.
Also, it's interesting because you say, finding Christianity. So I'm curious about how is it channeling for you? Do you say a prayer? Do you talk to God? Do you like is it does it feel like God's flowing through you when you're creating?
That's a great question. I don't know. Like the process of creating has always felt pretty spiritual to me, like both pre and post being a Christian. I definitely do pray over my work as I'm working. Like if I'm gonna go edit a video or do any other um thing, yeah, I will pray over it and like, ask like for wisdom and for like life, that like life spark of life or whatever. So yeah, I think it's probably both. It's like part of it's just like some like little superpower that I have luckily been kind of gifted with somewhere in my spirit to make
Hmm.
music. And then yeah, I mean the prayer is definitely a part of it too, and it probably just mixes together. I don't really know how all that works. But
I know some people are like, God, what would you have me do? What would you have me say? And so my follow-up to that is like, do you, when you're creating, Fulton, is it like you're doing what feels good in your body and your soul and your vision, like for you, and you're like, well, if this feels good to me, then it might feel good to resonate with others? Or are you like, I wonder what would make my daughter happy today? Like, or is it different every time?
that's a great question. Honestly, I'm the genesis of songs for me is not, well, I'm starting to do this. I'm starting to like do this for the first time. Put like lyrics first, as in like a concept of a song be the start of the song, but that's very
Okay.
not my natural way of doing it. It's usually melody.
Yeah.
Melody bills out of me like a friggin' hose. And that's just a that like feels like channeling, you know what I mean? It's like I'm just flowing. And so there's no thought happening. It's just what feels good. Um, but then when lyrics get involved, yeah, it's partly what phonetically feels good. I could have like a really nice kind of line that has a message that I think is clever or profound or whatever, but it doesn't sing well. It doesn't like feel good phonetically in the melody, and so I can't do it. But usually I'm just trying to create a coherent story.
Okay. Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so I would like to play a little bit more of your music. And okay, how about would it be okay for you to tell us about Strawberry Lemonade? Anything you want to share about the creation of it, the idea of it, how it came about,
Yeah.
anything.
So it's funny that one I um I had the idea to go and hold a sign that said vibe with me. And so I was like, all right, what kind of song could I sing to somebody that like fits with that sign? And my buddy August August Pappas, who is my drummer on tour, he and I collaborate. He has his hands in the production of everything I do. We're like, he's kind of my musical partner, and
Hey, we're going to pause here for just a moment.
Have you ever dreamed of writing your own song but didn't know where to start? Or maybe you've written lyrics or melodies but never shared them with the world. I'm Carolee Garrison, and this is your time. Join me for the Use Your Voice 9-Day Songwriting Challenge. From April 1st to April 9th, I'm going to help you write and finish your very own song. Authentic, powerful, and all you. Whether you've never written a song before or you've got pieces lying around, together we're going to turn your ideas into a finished piece. Plus, you're going to have the chance to perform your song live during our virtual concert, where we'll also celebrate the release of my new single, Use Your Voice. This is your moment to finally create the music that you've been holding inside. No more waiting. Let's make it happen. Sign up now at caroleegarrison.com/challenge. It's time to use your voice. Let the world hear your song.
And we're back.
he's kind of my musical partner, and he's a great example of somebody who's easy to work with. He gets in the flow of that, like, not overthinking, just like putting ideas down, just like getting to the finish line. And so for any people that are creative out there, if you find somebody like that, just keep them. Like, 'cause
Keep
they're
them
so
close.
valuable. They're so valuable. So yeah, he had the instrumental. The how's that one go? Just the wow.
Should I play here? I'll play a little bit. I'll play it.
Yeah.
I think I
He sent me this
like you,
too.
babe. All that I can say is here we go again. Me and you are vibing out as if there ain't no problems, babe. 'Cause there ain't no problems, babe. If the moon was out, me and you would keep on vibing out until the break of day. And then we'd vibe out anyway. Yeah. Ooh, sipping on strawberry lemonade. That's the way, out in the heat of the day. Ooh.
Okay. I mean, that song is just so fire.
Thank you.
Oh, I think I mean, I don't know how you'll take this, but like Jack Johnson before he was Jack Johnson. Like that's where I feel like you're at, right? Like it's just, I know you're just gonna blow up to no end.
Oh, hey, I'm here for that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so tell us more about Strawberry Lemonade now that we've played a little bit.
Yeah, so August sent me the beat. I mean, it's pretty much how it is in the song. That like bass line, boom, 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 boom. Um, and the drums with that like little, I don't know if it's a cowbell or like some kind of tapping noise that's like just fit perfectly with the way the drums go. And anyway, he sends me a lot of instrumentals, and sometimes, and this was one of them, I hear it and I'm like, oh, this, it's like, it's not even that, oh, this is so good, because they're all good, but some of them just like fit my musical DNA. And I know the moment I hear it, I'm like, that's coming out in like 4 days. Because
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that song in like 30 seconds, and it's gonna be so good. It was one of those where it just completely wrote itself. It like the melodies, the lyrics, it all just immediately came, and yeah, it was just a testament to the instrumental. Honestly, it was just a perfect fit. And,
Amazing.
but yeah, I was trying to write the song for the Vibe with Me video. And I don't know how I came up with strawberry lemonade. I guess I was just thinking of what you do when you're vibing out. I don't know. It's just an image that came to mind.
It's
So
so good. It's so good. Okay, so Close to the Edge is a song I want to play a little clip from. This is a song that you ended, so you had a whole tour, right, across America.
mhm.
And you went to how many cities were you in, like 30 or something? I don't know.
24.
34?
24.
Oh, 24. Okay, so 24 cities, and you got back and you were like, I want to do it again right now. It gave you life, and I think you closed every night with Close to the Edge, yeah? So I'll play that for a second here. Let's see.
To be. You might be close, close to the edge, close like a heartbeat, it's close to the chest. But don't you let go, don't you give in. You don't know when change is right round the bend. Oh, love pays its visits to the ones that need a rest, and it's close to the ones that are close, close to the edge.
So what does this mean, close to the edge?
What does it mean?
Yeah, like who are the ones that are close to the edge? What is it? Who are you talking about?
I guess just people that don't feel like they have an answer, people that are at the end of themselves, you know, those are the people.
I mean, I feel like we can all, in our human way, relate to that. I think that it's so beautiful because there's like a bittersweet quality
Mm,
to a lot of the music. I mean, Strawberry Lemonade feels just very funky and fun and upbeat, and it's just like it's like very retro. Like a lot of your songs, like it just kind of throws you back to like quotes good old days. Whereas like Close to the Edge, I feel like has this like bittersweet. It's still fun, it's still feel good, but it's also got this little bit of like we all feel this pain of
yeah,
whatever that is to us, like being close to the edge.
yeah, yeah. Um, I I have those kind of two sides of the spectrum to my music and to like myself, which is like just the fun, bright, like dancey stuff, and then the like emotionally heavier, like heavy topics. And I, I don't know. I like giving a message of hope. I feel like I don't know. I just feel like that's what I have to say. When I think about what I can contribute to the global conversation,
Mm,
um,
yeah,
I would want it to be a message of hope. And I
yeah.
feel like hope like hits the hardest when you simultaneously acknowledge how difficult the problem is.
Mm.
Because there's a way of saying, everything's gonna be just fine, like keep your head up in a way that almost
Gotta
minimizes.
keep your head up.
I think there's a way to do that that almost like minimizes the um the level of struggle. And I always feel like, and maybe this is just me, if I'm going through something and somebody encourages me, for them to acknowledge how hard it is before they encourage me, it just makes it so much more, I don't know, effective and like powerful. So
Yeah, for
I always try to
sure.
do
Yeah, you're not spiritually bypassing, you're not glossing over it, you're not skipping the real. You're saying like, yeah, this I feel all of it, the whole spectrum, and also like we're in this together. Yeah,
that.
yeah. Um, okay, I just want to play a little bit of Sunrise. Do you want to share anything before, or would you prefer to share after?
Oh, I can share after. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, all right, I'll play a little Sunrise. Let's see. I'm gonna play from the middle. Oh,
Let's go, let's go, let's go. I slide in like I'm dancing in my socks in the kitchen. Open the windows, let the air in, get the stereo blaring. I'm feeling alright, downright grooving on the floor. I got my broom mic, I might sing a little chorus like. love this life. You only get one before you say goodbye. You know it could pass you by and float on off like a dandelion. So don't blink your eye. Grab your blessings, squeeze them tight. Hold on, just hold on tight. Hold on tight. Ooh, waking up with the sunrise.
I hate to end this. It's like it feels painful to stop the song, but I know we have a certain amount of time. So tell me about sunrise, because it just feels like a sunrise. Yeah.
Nice. Well, it's funny. This is the exact same story as Strawberry Lemonade. And
Okay.
actually, I wrote it like right around the same time too. Um, August sent me that instrumental. It was exactly how it sounds. And yeah, it was another one where it just flowed right out. It's not nothing
Nice.
to it, you know? It just
Nice.
happened.
Yeah, you're just like in it. You just feel, you get inspired by the music. And then, okay, so take me where you go. Should I play first? Should I play a little first?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
In my sprinter stance, if you're saying you're struggling, I'll be right here just to tell you again. Take me where you go. Take me, baby, I'll follow to the other side of the rainbow. Standing in the rain all day, erasing our tears. Erase it to the day the pain disappears. Where you go? Take me where the melodies flow, and I'll sing it till it soothes your soul. 'Cause you know we all got a way of facing our fears. I'll be facing your way year after year.
All right. Any insights, gems, golden nuggets about Take Me Where You Go?
This is one of my favorite ones. Um, I don't know. I just love the melody of the chorus. No, baby, baby, I'll follow. Na, 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 na. I just love that melody. Um, I think I just got lucky with it. You know, I was like I just found some gold there. I mean, I was just trying to incorporate words from Mary. She had given me dinosaur and like rainbow and
And that's your first daughter? Or your,
yeah, it's my
okay.
fourth one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so um, other side of the rainbow. I was trying to put that in there, and I don't know where "Take Me Where You Go" came from. I think I wanted like a boom. I wanted like a big explosion, and yeah. I mean, there's no like crazy story for with this song. It was
What would make you the most fulfilled to hear about your songs? Is it that they're helping people to feel good, or is it something else? What do you think would be like the most complimentary thing someone could say?
an interesting question. I mean, probably that. I don't really know what else it would be. Um, I mean, people do tell me things a lot that's very powerful, whether it's like, getting through stages of grief or just a hard time in their life, or just they listen with their kids in the morning, over breakfast or whatever. Uh, it's all a dream come true for me. So,
Nice. And with your concerts, you were talking about how fulfilling that was. I can only imagine what that was like for you. What's maybe like one thread of a highlight moment for you on your tour?
mm. Oh man, there were a few. Gosh, man. Uh, Salt Lake City during Close to the Edge. I posted a video of it. They all got the phone lights out
Yeah.
and the thing. Whew, that there was something about that because I closed my eyes for a little while singing it, and then I had seen a couple phones come out, and they usually do every night, like two or three people will kind of do it, and that was happening, and I closed my eyes, and like 5 seconds later, I opened my eyes, and the whole room, it's like everyone in the room was doing it, and then like towards the end, I kind of stepped away from the mic and just sang off the mic, and everyone was singing back with the phone. I mean, it was. I will never ever forget that ever.
Mm.
Um,
So the tagline for this podcast is expanding our capacity to feel good. And this is the work that I do with people, right? Through breath work and Reiki and Akashic record reading, all these things. In order for you, Fulton, to receive that kind of resonance and joy and collaboration and like reflection of your work, some people like don't have the capacity to like fully receive that, but clearly you fully received that moment and you received the feeling of this tour and the feeling of people hearing you and knowing you and vibing with you and liking your music. Did you always have, I mean, I'm guessing like it's taken time for you to kind of build that capacity to experience that, or was it just a natural progression?
by experience it, do you mean like
Like let
uh
it into your heart, fully receive it, feel the joy of it, like be present for it,
well,
manifest it, right? Like you manifested that experience. I don't know if you use those words, but like you manifested that experience.
interesting thought. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there have been, I can think of moments in my life where I am, you know, let's say I'm looking over a natural beauty, like the Grand Canyon or something.
Yeah,
And I know that I should feel something profound, and I just don't. And
sure.
I'm just kind of bored.
Yeah,
And
that's how I felt at the Grand Canyon. I was like, okay, like clearly my husband and my mother-in-law are really into this, but I was just like, okay, we're seeing another canyon.
right, yeah, I think that's typically how I am with that kind of thing. And same as you, I'll be next to people that are like, wow, and I'm like, Sure, wow, yeah." But there are other times where I do feel that profound feeling, and I don't do anything different. It's just I don't know. It's probably a million different factors between like my body chemistry that day and like my emotional state, what happened that week. And I think there were moments during the tour where it was like maybe I was a little more in my head and I was a little self-conscious about this or that, and I didn't, really experience and like kind of feel that gratitude and that like energy, that people were giving me. And then other times I did, and it like overwhelmed me. And I think those are all just gifts. I don't really do anything to prime myself for it. I'm just living my life, you know.
You're just available for it, is what it sounds like. Yeah. Okay, so how many? I've got four, no, three more songs here, but you tell me what you have time for.
Okay. Um, Probably two.
Okay, so Lottery, Illusion, Mufasa, which two?
Probably I don't know, Lottery and Mufasa.
Okay, so I'm gonna play a little Lottery.
I'm on the run, let me take you far away. Let's get on out of here today. I'll take you high, climb aboard of my aeroplane, and we'll fly away. Don't be afraid, just move your waist, get face to face. Don't hesitate, put your body sway through time and space. Life is a playground, and we gon' play, and I'll pave the way. And you follow me, I will dance the day until the night is day. And so far away, just you and me, celebrating like it's Christmas Day all day. Ooh, baby, if you're going my way, let's take it up, flight through the night, and wake up on a holiday. 'Cause you looking like some cash money. If I wasn't there today, baby, you would be the lottery.
All right, what can you tell us about this song? Anything personal that your fans might not already know?
Um, No, I mean, I was just trying to be super groovy, you know? Like, this is another, I mean, this song is all feeling. There's no like I'm doing wordplay and I was trying to like incorporate these words and um make it clever and like have some kind of like thread, but ultimately I'm just flowing, you know? I'm just uh kind of letting the boom 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 boom. I'm just letting that kind of like puppeteer my body and mouth and just like flow, you know?
Got it. Yeah. So it sounds like the theme, so one of the through lines with your inspiration is the music and the vision kind of coming together. And then the words are almost like you said, now you're trying to put the words first, but the words are kind of like almost third
Yeah.
in the way you've made a lot of this. It's just like what you want it to feel like and how it flows, and then the words just kind of
Yes.
flow in.
Like Close to the Edge, when I wrote Close to the Edge, I had a vision for the kind of song I wanted to make. I knew I wanted it to be like an uplifting, like hopeful song. And it's like I had this small, fuzzy vision that I could kind of just like see and feel out in the ether. And whenever I feel that, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. Because sometimes you're writing a song, you don't really have that kind of vision. You don't really feel it out there. But sometimes you do, and you're just like digging and digging and digging until you kind of find this thing that you can sense. And God knows what all of that means. But um, I was trying to flesh out this kind of vision I had for Close to the Edge, and the best way for me to do it was to just pace around my living room with no instrument, no track, there was no music. It was just melody it was just my voice going and just reworking a melody and just reworking it, and and then it was only afterwards that I put the chords under it and then the lyrics.
Amazing.
So yeah, every song is different, and but it's very much a vision, like you said, like a kind of a feeling or an idea of what type of song I want to make.
It seems like you're trying to, just with me trying to excavate this whole process, it's like trying to catch inspiration and magic and like like food or sex. You can't really, it's just, you have to just be there in the moment. Like it's not something that's easy to describe. It's like your process is so intuitive
Uh-huh.
that it's almost mystical. Like it's not something you're like, well, here's what I do. I do one and then two and then three and here's the spreadsheet for it. Like it's not that way. So it's
Yeah,
just,
and
yeah.
honestly, people ask me sometimes, how do you like have enough creative inspiration to like keep making all these songs? And like, do you ever deal with writer's block? Do you ever deal with like, not having the inspiration? And I always say like, I don't. Um,
Yeah.
and I used to, and I honestly think it's so interesting. I think the reason why I don't have that issue anymore is because I had children, and children provide a really um, impossible to ignore structure to your day. So they wake up, and when they wake up, you have to wake up. They have to be fed, and then for me, m m I go to work after we eat breakfast. My family, we all eat breakfast together, yada yada. I work for 8 hours during the day, usually, and then Mary has soccer practice, or we need to eat dinner together. It's a certain time in the day where I have to go be a dad now. I
Yeah.
can't keep working on whatever I'm working on, and there's
Whereas
something.
like you probably used to like work at 2 a.m. sometimes and like
Yeah,
now it's like no, there's things that have to happen at certain times, and so it's like given you this structure that's helped you, it sounds like.
yeah, because it's like I am super hyper focused. And so I'm hyper focused, I'm writing, I'm recording, I'm doing what I'm doing, and then I have to stop. And most people would think, oh, what a bummer, right? Like you're in the flow, you're in the zone, you have to stop. It's like, yeah, or, m- it could be, and I think I experienced this back when I had no structure really. I could just write kind of as long as I had the whole day,
Mm,
morning to night. It
hmm.
was like I could go for so long that I would like, get like fully exhaust my creative
Tank, yeah.
output for the day. And then I would be like, because I'm just kind of a workaholic personality. So I'd be like, well, I want to
Sure.
do more. I want
Yep.
to like be more productive. And so I would push and push and push when
Yep.
I was empty.
Yep.
And then you do that for a few weeks and then you kind of burn out.
Yep.
And so for me, it's painful in the moment, but ultimately it's like every morning I wake up, I cannot wait to go and write music
Yeah.
because I had to turn it off last
Yes.
day
Yes.
afternoon. So I can't wait to go back to it. So I'm always just like I'm just at brimming with creative.
Yeah. You're like bursting to get into your flow.
Yeah, all the time. So
Oh, I love that perspective on parenthood and creativity.
mhm.
That structure that helped you so much. Okay, so Mufasa, we'll end with that.
I want a life that is filled with all the magic. Princesses, elephants, dragons. I want to dream, but I never want to sleep though. Pure imagination, my ringtone. Ooh, I'm slowly getting through. What? Hop on board the bike, baby. I'm going to the moon. That's a show to show what I can do. You call me the emperor, cause I bring the new groove. Oh, baby, I see for miles. I can't fly, I'm falling with style. Mufasa, the all of my rivals. That is my title, and that's final.
Yeah, that's a fun one. So Mufasa, does that have anything to do with the Lion King? Like what?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that was another one that I wrote with Mary and she was just giving me words and she was talking about movies and so yeah, like every line in that song is referencing a different movie. So I want a life that's filled with all the magic, princesses, elephants, dragons. That's kind of like the first lyrics are kind of setting up the premise. Um, I want to dream, but I never want to sleep though. Pure imagination, my ringtone. So there's a movie. I'm slowly getting through. Hop on board the bike, baby. I'm going to the moon. That's ET. To show what I can do, you call me the emperor because I bring the new groove. So that's Emperor's New Groove. Ooh, baby, I see for miles. I can't fly. I'm falling with style. That's Toy Story. He says,
Wow.
"You can't fly. I can't." No, no, no. He says, "You're not flying. You're just falling with style." And he says,
Yeah,
"Yep,
yeah, yeah.
I can't fly and fall with style. Mufasa to all my rivals. That's my title, and that's fine. So that's Lion King. And then the second verse, same thing. I tried to put every line as a reference.
I love it. I also love that other song. I think I don't know if I played it. The one that's like referencing the Flintstones.
Oh yeah, that's Tell Me Where You Go.
Yeah, Take Me Where You Go. I love the beginning opening of that song so much.
Yeah, thank you. I love that one too. That
Yeah.
part.
Thank you so much for giving us a peek into your world, into your process, into your life, and a little bit about your routine and just sharing how your inspiration works. And it's just fun to watch you listen to your own music because you get very serious about it and like you're in it, like you're not just like enjoying it like the audience, you're like I can tell you're like in it again, like the creator of it. I can't just tell you how excited I am to play this back for my friends and share it with them. And I know so many people love you so much, and you're just gonna continue to make so many people happy, and that is everything. So
Mhm.
thank you for the work that you're doing in the world. It's really important.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, thank you. I'm humbled. Appreciate that.
You're so welcome. So, guys, keep expanding your capacity to feel good. If you want to reach out to Fulton Lee, go to his Instagram. What is your Instagram again?
Only music.
Fulton Lee Music. I knew that. Okay. But it'll be in the show notes. And is there any sort of like call to action, or should they just listen? Should they go to Spotify? Like, what feels good?
Whatever you want, man. If you like to watch videos, go to Instagram. If you like to listen to music, go to Spotify, or don't go anywhere. Whatever.
And then are you going on tour again? I'm imagining at some point.
Next summer, so
Okay.
20 summer, we're gonna do a big, big, big tour.
And I feel like you're gonna need bigger rooms.
Some of them, some cities, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to have like a huge stadium, or do you like keeping it intimate?
I would love to perform in the biggest venues possible.
Okay. I see it. I see it. It's happening. It's already happening. It's done. Boom.
Great. I'll take it.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you next time.
So I want to let you guys know that I have changed the name of my breathwork from mountain breathwork infused with Reiki, which is just quite a mouthful, and some people don't really understand what it means, to transformational breathwork, because we just get it more now. We get what that means. And you're going to have, if you show up and you allow me to guide you, a deep, beautiful transformation. I've been working more one-on-one with people, and that is really rewarding for them and for me. So if you're wanting some one-on-one support to feel held, seen, known, loved, and have the ability to regulate your nervous system and rewire, really from the base, it's really the hack. Instead of 10 years of therapy, it's like one session can really get to the root of what those blocks and those fears, and we don't even have to understand it or analyze it, is what's so beautiful. Same as with the Reiki energy. We can just allow the breath and the retraining to do its own work, the body to do its own work, the wisdom. And you're your highest authority, so you get to kind of decide how far and how deep you're going to go, and you're only going to have the healing that you're ready and willing to have. So I'm actually about to do a private session now. I had one yesterday. They're going so well, and people are just getting so much out of it. So I'm excited. I'm excited to work with you one-on-one. Reach out to me if that's something that you're wanting to try. And I promise you're going to have a beautiful experience. If this episode resonated with you, I have one simple request for you to give yourself a moment to leave a 5-star review and share a few words about what the authentic creative meant to you. Your review isn't just for me, it's for the people out there searching for inspiration, healing, and reminder that they're not alone. Each review helps this podcast reach more souls who need this conversation, these breakthroughs, and this magic. So if this show has uplifted you in any way, expanded you in any way, or sparked something inside of you, pay it forward by rating, reviewing, and sharing it. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for being a part of this incredible community. Keep shining.